and some entities are not charging for their AR, at least not making additional charges to customer subscribers. So how that works out is going to be an interesting thing to watch this year. And then, this goes back to every conversation I have had over the decades of my career when you're talking about enterprises. Nobody wants a live microphone in their facility talking out to the cloud. Everybody thinks that it's not secure. It took a global pandemic for people to start using Zoom. Before that, there was no capability of going to the cloud. So we are breaking some of those barriers. But I think AI will serve a purpose when it is more secure, when it is more unique to an organization, when it's searching my data and not just global data, and in some cases, global data that's 3 years old. I think as you get the capability to use it in a more secure way and in a more directed way toward your organization, it will definitely be something that people will start to play with. And this is the start to play with year.
Okay, so how do you see people to start playing with it, given that, as you hear from OpenAI, a big percentage of Fortune 500 companies, they use ChatGPT, and hundreds of millions of people are frequent users. So when it comes to an enterprise environment, what do you think that journey or that process look like? How do the leaders make decisions around the usage by employees in terms of your personal use of ChatGPT versus your work, environment?
Well, it's interesting. You saw the story months ago of an attorney who asked ChatGPT to create cases, to come up with cases that helped his argument, and the ChatGPT came up with cases, and none of them really existed. And he asked ChatGPT, "Are these real cases?" And it said yes. You would think that would have been enough to frighten attorneys from using ChatGPT, but an even higher profile case just took place right now where the exact same thing happened, where cases that didn't exist were brought up. So if you're a CIO or CEO or somebody that's in charge of making these strategic decisions, I think the right thing is definitely creating a trial, a proof of concept, is getting understanding what the security is, what the ramifications are, getting a small group of people to try things, seeing what works and what doesn't, what risks are out there. There's also a very well-known case about a company using ChatGPT to do work, and the information they were using as a prompt was secure information that was released into the public. So I think it's important to not get left behind, but I also think it's important to really keep it in a bubble this year. Try, experiment, test, look for companies that are not just, ChatGPT, that are not just flying everything out the door with everybody trying it. Look for organizations that are really, focused on security, that are focused on your data,